it going, Scrub Gamers? Welcome back to another video here at ScrubGames, and today we have a series that we haven't done for a good while, and that is our previously DBS series, because I kind of dropped off of Dragon Ball games due to just how uninteresting or like how out of touch I am with them at the moment. So but we've got some reveals for the first set of Fusion World, and given how boring or how like boring and uninteresting the game has become with like Fusion World, and then like how they had a tier 0 format after just like 2 sets, like it just became a bit boring. But then this new set kind of brings more life back to it, and like a fair few people that I know of as kind of getting looking forward to see if they can get hype back into it, because it brings out the last color for the game being black, and also not only that, it brings us new decks which hopefully bring us something more interesting, because currently there's not too many options. I kind of know what they will do, and it's not even enjoyable at the moment. But hopefully this get brings up a bit more enjoyment. So before we get into the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It keeps you updated with my videos as when they drop, and by clicking the notification bell, you can get alerts to when my videos do drop, so you can watch them there and then or at a later time. And we'll get into it and see what we've had for reveals for this last week. So starting off with the star deck. So of course with a new color, we get new star decks. We haven't had a star deck since set 1, when we had the one of each ones, all 4 colors at the time, being was it red, blue, green, yellow. And now with set 5, set 3, being a set that brings in a new color, we have black, and it comes with a starter deck. And the leader for the starter deck is Bardock. So one thing I do like about the black color in Fusion is that it's not all the Zeno bullshit and all that out crap, because like the Zeno stuff was never really interesting. Like sure, I brought in some cool fusions and stuff, some cool fusions. Like we got a fusion Gogeta, like a fusion of Gogeta, which is pretty cool and stuff like that. But most of it wasn't interesting. Like I like Dark Brody, but most of it was just not interesting at all. The characters weren't. You didn't really like know them from, at least with like the anime and stuff like that. You kind of like everybody's watched that with like hero stuff, unless you actually specifically found that and watched it. It's not enjoyable, but to be their own. But then for black, we've got no kind of like good old detail about what's going on. But for the starter deck, at least, we've got Bardock and his crew for the starter deck. Now, one like kind of disappointing spot I'm gonna give you before this early part of the video for when we go to the starter deck reveals is that we haven't even seen all the starter deck stuff. Like just like how Bandai've done with like with the recent spoilers and stuff, they started to reveal the starter deck, but then after a fair few cards, they just kind of stopped and moved into the main set. So we haven't even seen all the starter deck before moving on to the main set, but we've seen a fair few bits, and even then, with what we've seen, like what we're going with the lead, we don't even know like how much stuff there is that work with the leader. Because looking at the leader now, you got Bardock, and he doesn't transform. He just goes from Bardock before losing his crew to Bardock after losing his crew, and he's got the red, like the blood-soaked headband, like he's before the blood-soaked headband he gets Ventura, to then the blood-soaked headband he gets Ventura, being like his like ready to dance kind of pose. But yeah, and then also we get some clarification, because there was apparently a lot of like a fair few people who played the game were like unsure like how you trigger Awaken, because not everybody's played Dragon Ball Super Card Game Masters. So even though like you can read in rules about what they do, like learn it up, some people didn't realize you can activate it, like just activate main, just do it, and then activate mid battle as well, using because it's an activate main / battle kind of condition. So nice thing for set 3, even though it's strange they didn't do that from the beginning, but they have done it now for set 3. They've got like a kind of explanation about how they can use Awaken now, which on the leaders, which is cool. So Bardock, he's a Saiyan in Bardock's group. He's got a when attacking auto, which is draw 1 card, and also then you've got the Awaken skill, which once again they've mentioned that now on the card saying you can be activated during activate main / battle if the conditions are met, and the conditions are when you left a 4 or less, you draw a card and flip this card over. So once again, same as we got for the majority, just basically waking at 4 or less life, and then draw a card, flip over. Then when you do flip over, now you have a little bit of a change into the when attacking, not a drastic change, but like a change in that it's improvement, which is not often you see on in Fusion World for the autos, where most of the time when you get the if the draw does change on the Awaken side, it's normally for the worst, but this is actually for the better. So when when attacking now when you awaken is you draw a card. So you still draw a card, which is very good. You always like to have that. But now it's then draw a card. Then this card gets 50k power for the battle. So you get an extra 5k boost. You get a 25 when you attack, which is very good, especially when we've got 25k leaders. Now we get more of them as we go on. Not only that, but we also get an activate battle on the card, which is your turn, once per turn. Look at the top card of your deck and use it to one battle card with Bardock's Crew in its special traits in a combo, and place the rest of the bottom of his deck in his owner's area. Now this is the point where I was saying about we only got a few cards revealed from the start deck, and we don't know how many there are for this effect. So hopefully we've only seen, I think, 3 cards in the deck for it, or a few cards, and hopefully it's more cards in the main set. But we it's given that the fact that it looks for a specific trait being a Bardock's Crew, and there's only a few characters in Bardock's Crew, so you're going to need to either have something that looks at the top card of your deck so you can kind of see it, or kind of know about it. But the nice thing about it is you can either place the card that you do have a look at on the top or bottom of his deck. But yeah, you either look at the top card and use a card in the combo if it's a Bardock's Crew, so you get a free combo from the top of your deck, or you place it at the bottom top of your owner's deck if it's not Bardock's Crew. So you can leave it a bit there if you do want to draw into it, or bottom deck it. So that's quite nice. Quite a nice thing, but once again, if you want to get the full value of it being an actual combo, you've got to actually, have a Bardock's Crew. And if we don't have that many, it depends with this leader now how many Bardock's Crew we get, where it could be great value or not too great, or just a nice niche thing. But that is the leader. So now we'll have a look at some of the card reveals. So we didn't get many, we got a few, and yeah, not all of them are amazing. So start off with the actual Bardock's Crew we did see. So the Bardock's Crew cards we did see were just Bardock. So we've got Great Bardock being the 4-cost skillless card, being a 30k 4-drop with 10k combo. Standard there. He has the saying Great Ape Bardock's Crew, so we got Great Ape trait in this game now. Then you got the 3-cost Bardock being a 3-cost 20k with 5k combo. He is also, once again, a saying in Bardock's Crew, and he's got an also once per turn when you use a card in a combo while this card is in battle. You can play up to 1 battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less of Bardock's Crew and its special traits from your hand. So if you do draw any to Bardock's Crew cards, you can play them out if you comboed with a card while he's in a battle. And it doesn't have to be a Bardock's Crew you have to combo with, just any card you combo with while he's in battle. But it means you're pushing damage by comboing push damage through, or try and take out another card if it's not a leader, and then basically cheat out some stuff, which once again, cheating out things is not too bad as long as it's not OP. With Top Goo, you can just spam the board for next to nothing, which is just ridiculous. But at least with this, you're only playing the 2 costs, which isn't too bad, and you've got specifically do attack and combo, which isn't too difficult to pull off. But at least it's restricted to Bardock's Crew and a cost of 2 or less. And we haven't seen what cards this can actually play, so it could be a very few, it could be very barely any, but we need to see that, and we won't see that properly now until we get a massive dump of cards near the set's release. But then we've got Bardock also has the double striker, so once again the starter deck comes with a double striker. Well, an SR, that's a boss card, green didn't have a double striker, but it had the big 8-drop Broly. But then for green, for black, sorry, where it's not a ramp color, it's got a double striker like the rest of them, where a 5-cost 35k double strike, and its skills, so they all have skills, some good, some not great. But his skill is now an activate battle, which is once again just like your leader, which is your turn. Once per turn, if you have 2 or more cards in your combo, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards to get. So you got some removal built into the SR, which is really nice. That's really nice that it's not just one time. It's not a one-time use Salto like how Vegeta and Goku are. It's a multiple, you can play it, use it over and over again, like the Frieza one. But this one's just activate battle during your turn. So that's to be when this attacks. You can use it to when something else is in battle to take out blockers, so this can get a swing as double strike to your lead, which is quite nice. And you have to do is 2 more cards in your combo area, which means even if you're going for a game on this, you want to just clear something on the board that they've got potential combo power. It's quite nice. You can combo 2 cards, pop something you've got on board that you can combo with to reduce the combo power and also still pushing for damage, which is very nice. So very nice SR for Bardock there. And then we got the other 3 cards we got revealed, being Sun Gohan, being the Goku's granddad, being the super combo. So nothing about the super combo is different from the other ones. The same super combo, same stats, stuff, just the character is different and the color. Then we got Frieza. So Frieza is a card that comes in the Bardock's Crew deck as well, which is a weird one. But he is a 4-cost 25k with 5k combo. Frieza card, Frieza's army. And then he's got the effect of when attacking, you can choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and a Saiyan in its special traits and kill it. So you can kill a specific kind of card, being a Saiyan that's 3 or cost or less, and just kill it when it attacks, which is very nice. It's actually pretty cool. And a majority of the most popular and the main trait in this game is is Saiyans, like because it's Dragon Ball. Saiyans are the main thing. But the thing is that there's not many Saiyans in some colors. Like you have a fair few in red, well, majority in red. You have a majority in blue, majority in green as well. But in yellow is where you see mostly the Frieza stuff, like Frieza's army kind of things. Not too many on Saiyans that you do now with Set 2. But you just see many in yellow currently. But this is quite a nice one for everything but yellow, to be honest. But then it's also got extra bit to the skill, which is then if you have an energy marker, choose up to one field in your opponent's battle area and place it into his drop. So we got now a card that can take out field cards, which we haven't got many field cards, but having this early to take out field cards is kind of weird, but it's quite cool as well, knowing that it's an option. And it just shows that like black has a hot kind of like identity around the energy marker. I need an energy marker to do stuff, which is gonna be interesting because if you go first, you don't get the energy marker, so it must be ways to kind of gain energy markers. I'd be interested to see like how many effects we have or what kind of effects we have to gain energy markers. Where if you've got cards that do require an energy marker to do things, then you're gonna have to need to acquire them, which is something even the Masters game, Dragon Ball Masters, is actually doing, where cards can actually generate markers, which is weird. And then we got resisting destiny being the battle trick that the star deck comes with, because all the ones had battle tricks. This one comes with two, and it's an activate battle for one, where you choose your leader and up to one of your battle cards gets 15k power for the battle. Then, if you have a card in your combo, you draw a card. So this is similar to Gallic Cannon, but rather than needing like a low hand size of 7 or less to get the draw, you still got the 15k plus a draw, but you just need to have a combo card. So this is great for if you're pushing damage through as well. You then replace this in hand, you use combo something, then use this, you replace this in hand, draw a card, which is quite nice. So this is kind of like more easily to pull off to get the draw than Gallic Cannon, where sometimes you can have a huge hand, you don't want to combo all those cards in, especially when you're doing like 1 damage when they're like on 4 life. So this is quite interesting, quite cool. But it's nice to see that it has a battle trick as well. And once again, it's a Saiyan Bardock's crew. But unfortunately, because it's not a battle card, you won't be able to use off the leader's effect, because it's not a battle card that combo with, it's an extra card. So that, even though we've got a fair, like, quite late into the video already, this is just about the starter deck. But then we have the set 3 reveals, and we've got a fair few. We know all the leaders now, what their effects do. So that's a nice thing. We know all the leaders, all 5 leaders in the main set, what they'll do, both sides as well, and a few cards go with them. So we'll start with black, because they're showing us this one. First, they showed us a lot of black cards before showing us the different leaders and like a couple of cards from the each one. But we got for set 3, and it's also set 3 is called Raging Roar for the set name, which is quite nice. We got the black leader being Son Goku GT. So for black in set 3, well, on its debut, it's about the GT saga with Goku. So we get Goku GT, and also it goes from being normal little kid Goku to being S4 Goku, which is pretty cool form. And we see that we got GT cards in there, so we got the different variations of Goku, being Goku GT, and with like in the Masters game, you've got so many versions of Goku, being BR, GT, and stuff like that. So this is the GT version of it. So and like we had with the leader in the starter deck, you get the kind of little thing on the awaken, like letting you know when you can activate it, so it makes it more clear for people who are like new to the game or unsure. And you get the same thing of one attack and you draw a card, and then as awaken is when you like to 4 or less, draw a card and flip over. And then when you do flip over, now you still have the one attacking effect, one attack you draw 1, but now you've got an activate main, which is quite interesting because it's one activate main once per turn. By paying 1, choose up to one of your battle cards and it gets 10k power until the end of your opponent's next turn. And if you remove an energy marker for the skill, it gets 15k power instead. So this is really cool. So once again, it's another effect that requires you to have an energy marker to get some of the effect. But it's literally just pay 1, choose one of your battle cards, and give it 10k power for the turn. That's both for your turn and your opponent's turn. So until your next turn, you essentially get a 10k boost on your card, meaning you get basically paying 1 for just a standard 10k combo on a card, and it's also defensively as well. So you can turn like you can turn that Bardock double strike into a 45k double, but if you invest 6 energy to it, so like 5 energy to play it and 1 energy to get a 10k boost. And if you do remove an energy marker, so you play it on like on your turn 5 going second, you then you pay your 5 energy for it, and then you use the energy marker to pay for the skill to give it a 15k boost, make it a 50k double strike, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty nice effect. It'd be interesting to see how many times You can gain an energy marker back to kind of get the 15k boost for this, but it'd be interesting to see. But that's the leader for the black in the set 3. Then we got some black cards for 7, so we got a fair few black cards before they start showing us a little bit from each of the other colors. So we got, for the first 3 cards, we've got Oob GT, Gine BR, and then we got Giru. So we got Gine from the Broly movie, Oob from when he's in GT, when he's all trained up and trained by Goku to protect the world, and Giru, the little robot that eats a scouter when they start off their search for the Black Star Dragon Balls. So you got Oob being a 2-cost 15k with Tinky combo. He's an Earthling, and on play, if you removed an energy marker to use this card, or to play this card, you draw 2 cards and discard a card from your hand. So once again, more effects of using the energy marker to get the benefit. So if this card is useless unless you use an energy marker for it, and you don't always use an energy marker for this kind of thing. But drawing 2 cards and discarding a card could be handy. But then it all depends on how easy it is to generate energy markers using effects in black to see if this is actually useful. And then we got Gine being a 1-cost 5k with Tinker combo, and she's got an activated battle. And the thing is, like, she is like partner with Bardock. She's Bardock's partner, but she's not part of his crew. So once again, she doesn't have Bardock's crew, so she's not a Bardock's crew for Bardock, which is a shame. But then it makes sense because she's not part of his crew. She's his wife. But she has an activated battle where you switch this card to rest mode, you reveal the top card of your deck and use it to 1 battle card with Saiyan in the special traits in a combo, and place the rest on the top of his owner's deck. So you can use this to switch to the rest mode and potentially combo with a card from the top of your deck if it's a Saiyan. But if it's not, you just put it back there. But even though it may be vulnerable for attacking if you do use it early, if you use it in the last swing of your opponent's turn, like the last swing they take, and then you can basically get uses without losing it, which is quite nice. But it depends on how many Saiyans you run in your deck. But if you run mostly Saiyans, then there you go. Then we have Giro being once again just like Gine, a 1-cost 5k with Tiki combo. But he's a Machine Mutant, so we got that in the game now, Machine Mutant. So if we get like a Delta Mew or Rildo soon, because I would love that. And he's got an on-play where you choose it to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 1 or less to KO it. So kind of like it's like Kami for green. So like blanks can have like a bit of everything where it's got like draw, it's got KO, it's got use of energy markers. So it kind of seems like a jack of all trades kind of color currently. But that's black. First few black cards, we got some more. So we get one of the SRs because there are 12 SRs in a set. So that way, 5 colors are going to share the 12 SRs now. And the one of the SRs for black is Son Goku GT, being a 3-cost 25k with 5k combo. We've then got the 2-cost Trunks GT, being a 20k 5k. And then we got the Power Brothers, something I've been wanting to have in Masters for so long because I love these guys. They're so goofy for GT. They have like a deck around them or them in the Masters. And after 25 sets, we still don't have them. But then after 3 sets in Fusion, will we get them? So obviously, kind of like even then, like I'm enjoying this game more than Masters because it's just hard to get back in Masters. But the Power Brothers are one of my favorite trio because they're like goofy like the Ginyu Force. So I'm happy we got this. At least Fusion World's given me some of the characters I've kind of wanted. And they're just alien. They're a 1-cost 5k with 10k combo as well. So getting to Goku with it being one of the SRs for black, he has an effect where he's got 3 specified black, which kind of, if you understand about the specified cost and when like they've got like a heavy specified cost, what it kind of means, where it kind of explains it in the effect where on play, add up to 1 card from your left hand, so 1 that can help you awaken, and then if you don't have an energy marker, you can place you place 1 energy marker. So essentially, if you when you play this, you can take a card from your life if you want to, and then if you don't have an energy marker, you gain 1. So this is one of the effects you can use to gain energy markers. And even then, going second when you get to turn 2, when you've got 2 energy and an energy marker, you can use both energy marker to play this, and you get that energy marker back, which is very nice. And then play out turn 2, a 3-cost 25k that can help you self-awaken by taking a life. And usually, if you've seen it with green, whenever a card would ramp you, or in green, any card that does ramping, like gaining you an energy, always has a specified cost of 3 at least, so 3 specified green. And this having 3 specified black cost means like it's kind of doing the same thing with gaining energy markers. Anything that gains energy markers, I imagine in black, is going to have a heavy specified cost, or at least 3 or like a lot of specified cost. And then we got Trunks GT, so 2-cost 20k with a 5k combo. He's got when attacking, where if you have an energy marker, so once again another effect involved like need an energy marker, You can choose up to one battle card with a cost of 2 or less and return it to its hand. I mean, you can choose over one of your opponent's cards that's 2 or less, or one of your cards at 2 or less to bounce back to hand to kind of get used to like cantrips and stuff like that, which is quite nice. Or you can bounce back something your opponent's invested in for 2 energy, back to hand, just drop them. So once again, black being a jack of all trades, even now adds bouncing cards back to hand as part of like some of the effects they have. So it's interesting like seeing these few things, like seeing black have not like really a solid identity like the ever colors having like their own identity about it. Black seems to be covering to like almost all of them, which is quite interesting. And then for the Power Brothers, its effect is on play if you remove an energy marker to use this card. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. So being able to stop things from attacking, use the energy marker. But then this one is dependent on like how needed that effect is. Like it's not a great effect, but it depends. Like however, if we can see how easy it is to generate markers, which looks to be at least 3 specified red black on any effect to kind of get it. If you can generate them very easily, then this could be alright. Just hold off things from attacking, like choosing your opponent's like 8-drop road if you can't remove it to stop it from attacking could be very useful. And but then it depends on how easy it is to generate markers. Like any of these effects that need energy markers can trigger means you're either not using energy marker or you need easy ways to like gain them, which is going to be interesting to see what we get. But that is almost it for black. So we've got 2 more cards, being the black super combo from it, being Bulla, which has a very weird pose. And so Bulla is one of the super combos for super combo for black in the set. And then we've got Gohan for the other one. So we've got so far Earthling and a Saiyan Earthling. So I don't know if there could be synergy with that. But there is a GT card, so unless there's a way to search for GT cards, it could be some synergy there. And then an extra card for black being Great Ape who gained intelligence, being the name of the extra. So this is a 1-cost activate main one and a Saiyan one as well with Saiyan trait. So this allows you to choose up to one of your battle cards and it gets 10k power for the turn. Then if there's a card with a cost of 4 or more and a Saiyan in its special traits in the battle area, you draw a card. So this is a card that basically for 1 energy gives a 10k boost to one of your battle cards. Then if you happen to control a 4 or more, a cost 4 or more Saiyan, then you draw a card as well. So it could be a cantrip that boosts 10k, and yeah, that's quite interesting. Like it depends, like how easy it is to get a 4 or more save, but this could be quite interesting depending how easy it is to trigger the draw as well. Because this is a card that is dead on defense, but could be good to like push offense, which is nice. And that is all the black cards. Now we've seen the black cards. Now you can see the leader and a couple of cards for each different color. So starting off in the proper order of red first. So for red, we got Jiren. So that's cool. We get Jiren, bringing us the Universe 11 trait and the Pride Troopers as well. So it's it'd be nice to see if we get anything benefit to the Pride Troopers we didn't in Masters. We haven't in Masters so far. So it'd be interesting to be doing this one. And as you'll note, he's a leader for red that is a 25k. So he's the third 25k leader we've got so far. So maybe in set 4 we'll get a yellow one that's 25k. And yeah, so that's another one we got there, and it's for red as well. So red could be a bit more controlling maybe, because most of these 25k ones are quite difficult, right? Quite strong. Like Broly was amazingly strong set 1. Zamasu was very strong for set 2. It was just had top Q being very dominant. But it's yeah, it could be a good one. So what are the effects of Jiren? He's when attacking, draw 1 card on the awaken set to front side. And his awaken is when you last at 3 or less, draw 1 and flip this card over. So all the 25k leaders awaken. Well, basically when they awaken, they're at 3 life. Like Broly awakens at 4 or less life, but then goes down to 3 life because the awaken is to ramp a life to energy, which is cool. But then both Zamasu and this one is 3 or less life, draw a card. And now when you're awaken, you're 25k. You have a permanent where if you have a battle card with 30k power or more, you only take up to 1 damage in each battle. Meaning if your opponent's attacking you with a double striker, you only take 1 damage, not 2. So you can't be double striked, which is cool as long as you've got a battle card 30k more in play. Which when you see the SR, that's kind of easy to do and like keep there. And now your auto is a little bit different, where it's not when attacking a draw card, but you do draw a card, but it's very limited because it's when you take damage, you draw 1. So remember, you awaken at 3 or less life to draw 1, so that means you only got 3 life, and if you take your last life, you lose. So unless there's some unless there's heal, you're only going to get this effect to draw a card twice before you potentially die or win, because it's when you take damage. So if you're 3 or less life, you can take 2 damage before losing, and you only draw 2 cards of this. But if there's some heal with Jiren to kind of like gain life to increase it, so you can actually get used to this effect. It'd be interesting if there is. Then you're essentially gaining life and then taking that life for drawing a card, and potentially only taking 1 damage with any given swing, even if it's double strike or not. Which could be pretty nice. So I'm looking. This is kind of interested me already with this, but then I haven't really invested in red. I've gone for like yellow and green. So if this seems to be interesting, because Jiren is one of my favorite characters, then I might have to jump into red with thanks to Jiren. But that is the leader, and then for some of the cards we got for each color we've got for each of the colors we've got the leader shown, and then the super combo, the character for the super combo in the set, and also 1 SR. So we've got Kokep being a super combo for red in this set, so like a Pride Trooper and Universe 11, which is cool. And then for the SR, we've got a Vegeta having the Saiyan Universe 7 and Total Power, so another one you could play with Topku, which yeah, it is what it is. And it's a free cost 20k with Faki combo, and it's got some pretty interesting effects. So it's 1 attack, he's got 1 attacking, which is the cost being discard 2 cards from your hand. And then until the end of your opponent's next turn, this card can't be KO'd by battle or by skills, just can't be KO'd, and gets 30k power. But what it can be is negged in power, frozen, like being locked down, like kept tapped down, or even bounced to hand or returned to the top or bottom of the deck. So there's only KOing I can do, so it's kind of like protected completely from yellow, and also gaining 30k power as well means it's gonna be hard to kind of neg it down completely by a red. Like that's gonna take a lot of negging to get down, but then it's easy to remove by blue and very easy to get locked down by yellow. So a pretty good card, but then better against some colors not like some cards are. And then it's got an activate main, which once per turn, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 25k power or less and KO it. Then KO this card. So the nice thing about this is that you can attack first, discard 2 cards to make it a 50k power card until the end of your opponent's next turn, and then can't be KO'd, and then use his own effect to KO something 25 k or less, and then it won't KO himself because he can't be KO'd, which is quite nice. So pretty cool there. Pretty good with Jiren as well, because this gives you a 50k battle card in your opponent's turn, which can't be KO'd, and then makes it unique. You only take 1 damage no matter if they got double strike or not when you take a damage from a lead, from an attack. So that's pretty cool there. And then for blue, so going straight into blue, we've got Goku from Another World being the blue leader. So Never Goku leads. So it's the 4th Goku leader we had, but at least this isn't a different color than just all in red. So at least we're getting different characters in red now, which is nice to see. But for blue, we get a Goku card, and this one's pretty nice. It's pretty interesting. Don't know if it's better than any of blue, because I haven't really looked into blue or bother with blue outside just playing it in the client a little bit to kind of get my win with a blue leader kind of dailies. But he is a pretty cool leader. So is when attacking is draw 1 card, and then you awaken at 4 or less life by drawing a card with over. So when you do awaken, once again, you're just a normal 20k lead. And when attacking is a little bit different. So when attacking, you draw 2 cards, but then you place 1 card from your hand on top of your owner's deck, or on top of his owner's deck. So it means how it's worded on top of his owner's deck, meaning you potentially take cards from your, if you ever have a effect in future where you take cards from your opponent's hand or opponent to your hand, you can then put on their deck, which is weird. But it's quite nice because that way, when you attack with leader, you control 2 cards and put whatever card is the most dead or card you want to charge next turn that's not useful at the moment back on top of your deck. So when you draw it, you can then charge it, which is a pretty cool way to do it. Like being a draw 2 cards deep and then bottom deck the most dead card in your hand is actually quite useful because you're hopefully drawing 2 better cards and then get rid of a dead card. It's a very nice effect of just drawing 1, which is still decent. But you also then got an activate battle, which is during an opponent's turn, and once per turn, where you can switch 1 of your battle cards to rest mode as the cost. So you got either active battle card in your battle area, well, actually active card in your battle area. It could be a fill card, be a battle card, and switch to rest mode. And if you have 7 of your cards in your hand, this card gains 10k power for the battle. So this is quite nice, a nice way to kind of just rest something. If you have a fill card that comes with it, or a fill card that you can get in blue and play out for cheap enough, you can use that to constantly just rest it to gain 10k power, which for free, which is quite nice defensively, and that's a really good effect. And also he has the Another World trait, which hopefully we see some other ones like maybe Pycon and stuff, and that'd be interesting if we get Pycon in just after 3 sets in this game, whereas we got in the other one after like 12 sets for Masters. Interesting we get that as well, and maybe get Olibu and some other like some cool cards from this era. And then with the other cards in it, so we then move away from Another World now to to the World Martial Arts series when we had like Boo and the fighting in the with Hercule. So we got Android 18 as our super combo for us, so another Android super combo, but it's on a different color. But there is just another character, another super combo, nothing different from the other ones. But the SR is a forecast Sun Golden Adolescence that comes down with a new trait being Satan City. So that'd be interesting what this trait brings, because every time we get a new trait, it's kind of interesting to see where it brings. It's kind of different from the Masters game. But he's a forecast 30k with no combo power, and his on plays if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand. You choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with cost of 3 or less and place it at the bottom of his deck. So this is basically a battle card that's got the... I can't remember what name is it called now. Is the blue extra allows you to bottom deck 2 4 or less battle cards. It's like a more filtered down version of that in a battle card. So that the extra card allows you to for free energy allows you to bottom deck 2 4 cost or less battle cards your opponent controls to the bottom of the deck. Where this is a 4 cost that bottom decks 3 or less, up to 2 3 or less battle cards, and then it's a body, but it has no combo power. So they're both dead defensively, but they both reduce bottom deck stuff. While one bottom decks higher costing for less cost. This bottom deck's lesser costing for higher cost, but also then is a body, so we got benefits there. But it's quite an interesting one, and could be quite good as like help for more control with that kind of blue kind of has. Then for green, we've got Piccolo. So another one I'm kind of interested in since I've already gotten the green. I will be looking to try out this because I've already got green cards from the previous sets. And we got Piccolo, and this is quite an interesting one, but it's not a little bit disappointing in what it does, given that what we've already got for green. You got to remember, like we've already got leaders and stuff in each of the colors. So with the new colors, they've got to be something interesting that kind of does something that different than the old ones do to kind of see if they're worth playing older leads. And Piccolo doesn't really show it out for his lead, but hopefully we get some cards in the set that kind of give him more of a reason to play him. But he's got the same standard thing on the front side, being a 15k that when attacking, draw 1, and if awakens 4 less life, drawing a card. But then when he awakens, he's now 20k. He's got the when attacking, draw a card still, so he still swings to draw. But his additional effect is an auto once per turn. When this card's attack deals damage, if you have 8 or more energy, switch this card to active mode. So you have a whopping 8 energy, which is not too bad when green is the ramp color that kind of ramps up your energy. But you need to have 8 or more energy and have this leader deal damage to be able to trigger this. Meaning that the nice thing is when you're attacking your opponents with this leader and you've got 8 or more energy, they're going to want to have to combat this attack because they don't want you restanding and attacking again, because when attacking auto is not once per turn. So you'll be swinging for draw 1 and then swing again, draw 2. So basically draw 2 cards from the leader, swing and get 2 swings out of it. But then if you put up a lot of power into it, then you release basically knock out a load of cards from their hand just for them to avoid you getting a restand. But there's no real big benefit because he's not got any strength skills. He's only 20k power, so you can swing, like push some damage through to get basically restand again, swing again. But all you're doing is getting an extra draw and use up a lot of cards just to push through 1 damage. So that's the kind of thing with this, which makes it a little bit less interesting, but it could be pretty cool. And now the other cards we got for green, we got the super combo being Sun Golden Youth. So basically, the never one just a super combo. We get different characters, so different options if you want to run super combos, different character, different art, and stuff like that. But the exact same thing as the other ones do. And then we got the SR for green. The first one shown being Son Goku from when he's fighting against Raditz, doing his Kamehameha. So this is a 6 cost, and you can already tell from the free specified green. If you ever see free specified green on a green card, you know it's going to be ramping, and it's 6 costs. Free specified green means it's going to ramp, and it's 30k with 0 combo power. So it's a blocker as well, so it can like defend you by blocking an attack. And it's got an effect that triggers both when played or when KO'd, which is pretty nice. It's nice to have a when KO'd effect on a card that can actually block and kind of force itself to be KO'd. And its effect is draw 1, then add to 1 card from your hand to your energy. So that's quite nice. It's basically a big 6 cost cantrip that also then ramps you, but it does ramp you from hand. But at least the benefit of ramping from hand is at least not losing a card from hand doing this, because you're technically drawing a card and ramping, so you're technically ramping from the top of your deck. Just you're drawing the card from the top of your deck, and then you're choosing what in your hand to ramp, so at least you don't get the ramp. You don't have to ramp something you don't want to, because like ramping from the top of your deck is kind of annoying, because sometimes you can hit things that you don't want to hit, like hitting your 8-drop Broly's, like when you're in a green mirror and stuff, is not great. So at least be able to choose what you ramp, and then you're not really losing anything in your hand because you're drawing beforehand is quite nice. And even when it's KO'd, it means you can then get the ramp to be a bit higher, and even draw for your deck a little bit quicker as well. So it's pretty cool. The only annoying thing about this is where it's a 6 cost, it's kind of out the range of the 1-drop Gohan Searcher. So you do have that where it's kind of just out the range of it, but still a pretty nice play nonetheless. And more ramp options for green as well. Then we have yellow, and for yellow, it's Majin Buu, and it's the first. I think this is the first character. It goes from one character on one side to a different character on the other side. So going from Babidi on the front side to Majin Buu on the awakened side. But at least it's the Fat Buu, which is not often you get. Like, we don't really get Fat Buu often in Masters. I think we had it once, if I remember correctly. Might be wrong. Where like he awakens into Fat Buu, but at least we get it in this one. And just like with the other leaders, the awakened side is just when attacking, draw 1. Awaken at 4 less life and drop by drawing 1. But when you awaken into Buu, you now have a 1 attacking, draw 1, and now you've got an end of your turn. So third leader has an end of your turn, do something for yellow. And this one is end of your turn, play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 2 or less, and Wicked Soul or Evil Wizard in their special traits from your hand. So this is cool. You get the free play out stuff at the end of the turn, which is a little bit different. So we got from Frieza untapping battle cards, Vegeta untapping energy, and Majin Buu free playing out cards. But it's like with these we've said about the when playing stuff is kind of very restrictive, which makes it not too busted or stupid, because it's only cards that are 2 or less, which is not too bad. And it's with certain traits as well. So only cards that have Wicked Soul, Evil Wizard, which currently we have none of those previously in yellow, so it all comes with what we have in here. So it seems like another thing like how Vegeta is, where Vegeta didn't have, like from the previous set before, from set 1, there wasn't many or barely any battle tricks you can use to make use of his effect, and barely any came out in the set with him. But in future, he's one of those cards where if we get ones in future sets that are very good, he can get better use of his effects. It's like an effect that gets better as we get more sets and more cards and more options. And the same can be said with Majin Buu, but then it depends, like how with yellow so far it's switched from different, like it's gone from set 1 being Frieza Clan, well Frieza Army Frieza Clan, to being set 2 being Saiyans, and now the set 3 being like Majin Buu, like Majins and stuff. So like yellow's the only color I think that's kind of switched heavily for each set on like the kind of characters and traits and stuff, where the other ones are kind of like keep with the same thing of what they want to do. Like green wanted like ramp, blue wanted 7 or less. It's like it's bullshit kind of restriction on its effects, and then red just being like tournament power stuff, which is decent, but yeah, okay, it's quite weird how yellow kind of like switches quite drastically through its kind of themes each set. But yeah, Buu looks pretty cool, and we got for the one thing is that Buu brings a keyword skill that is kind of like they brought in the masters to like help him out, actually like be able to keep things around, but then had to realize that they had to make things kind of like get through it because it was too strong, and that is barrier. So barrier makes its way to Fusion World after 3 sets, the same as when Masters got it after 3 sets. So like Masters got it after 3 sets, Fusion World is after 3 sets, and it's a very strong skill. So there's not many ways to actually get around it as well, because well, first of all, super combo is just Bibidi, so nothing more to say, like just Bibidi as the super combo, same thing as all the other super combos, just different character. But for the SR for Majin Buu, SR for yellow, the first one we see is Majin Buu, and yeah, it comes with the barrier skill. And the barrier skill, if you don't know, if you never played Masters and know what it is, the barrier skill basically means, like it says on the card here, this card can't be chosen by the skills of your opponent's cards, meaning that if any effect your opponent uses that says choose a card, you can't choose this. So if you have a like 8-drop Broly, which is choose one of your opponent's battle cards, KO it, you can't choose Majin Buu, so you can't KO that effect. And this card is essentially unkillable because, for one, it's a free cost 25k, so pretty good stats for its cost, but then no combo power, which kind of balance out. They kind of do that thing with the cost of power to combo is they balance it in that way where if, like it's a very it's got a lot of power, very low cost, it normally has next to no combo power, like in this. Or if it's a low cost, um, if it's low cost, but it's like got the maximum for its ceiling, like 20k for its power, it could have 10k combo as long as if it's got no skills and stuff. But then if it's a like low power, high combo, then it's normally got a very good effect. It's kind of balance out that kind of thing. But with Boo, it's got that protection and barrier. I mean, it can't be chosen by skill. So even like Zeno chooses all your opponent's battle cards and bomb decks them, so you can't get rid of it from like even Zeno to choose it. So nothing that chooses a card can touch Boo. And then it's got an effect where when KO'd, you can discard a card from your hand as a cost and play this card from your drop in your rest mode. So without having barrier means the only way to get rid of it is to attack into it and KO it, which if you're like having a freezer and you're restanding every turn at the end of the turn, then you cannot touch it at all because you can't choose it and it can't be attacked because it's inactive. But then if you have it in any other yellow deck and you attack with it and it's open to being attacked, even if you kill a battle, which you still got either hit with something that's 25k or higher to kill it, and even if you do, even if you have something weaker and in combo up into it and it dies, they just discard a card and play it back out, and they can do that as long as they got cards in hand to discard. So this is because auto is not once per turn, or limited use is just depending on how many cards you have in your hand. So this card can be unkillable because it's got the ultimate protection barrier, and then it's got an effect which basically brings it back every time it's dying, being like representing how Majin Buu in that scene of like when he's just like basically free from Barbary and about he's just basically unkillable, like almost unkillable. And that is just ridiculous. This is a ridiculous card. And I've obviously seen like my Facebook groups and stuff like that people have gone nuts for this. Just the fact that barriers in this game now, and that the fact this card isn't killable. But that's it for today's this week's reveals. We got a lot. We had very few reveals, a lot more than we've got previously. Like normally, like Bandai were doing like trickle down, where we got like one spoiler, two spoilers a day, which is just crazy how they're doing it so slow for this. Yeah, Masters they put out a whole color, they're going over both sides, and it's both whole archetypes and like even SRs, SPRs and stuff like that in like a couple of days. But for a fusion world, they just trickle it down very slow, and it'd be interesting to see if we get actually the reveals over time for the whole set, or if they do the same as with set 2, where they showed a few cards in each color, like all the SRs, all the leaders, all the alts, a few cards in each of the colors, and they just went, here you go, here's all on the app kind of thing. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you like what you're thinking about for set 3. Which of the leaders are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to Black? Are you going to get back into this game if you haven't been playing it for long, or basically just bored with this game now? Let me know how you what you feel, because this game is just hitting everybody in different places. Like some people want to get back into it because Black's coming into the game. Some people getting fed up because of like how we had Top Coup after two sets of Tier 0 format, and how like the balancing of Bandai games is just terrible, and even like delays and stuff happen. So let me know in the comments below. It's nice to get a bit of discussion going, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.